All right.
This isn't awkward at all.
Happy birthday, RCC.
For us to not even have a building and see how we've grown in the past year is just like super amazing.
Before RCC, I had been going to church for a couple years, but I was always going by myself. And then God literally placed the Bradfords in our front yard one day, and truly everything kind of changed from that point on.
My kids really, this is their first time getting a chance to be in church because they're so young. I think that's changed our family tremendously because they get that solid foundation at church as well as at home.
To see the number of kids that have been coming on youth on Wednesday nights have just grown dramatically. It's been really neat to see, and the impact that it has on my son's life has been really cool to see as well.
I like the small groups that we do. It seems to help me talk more, because normally I don't talk that much, but I like it when we're in those small groups.
I just talk the whole day.
Yeah.
Well, what I like about Rocket City is that in kids' church for me and big church when I go, they just make me feel welcome. One time we got popcorn.
We had gone through a couple churches since we moved here to Madison, and they were good, but they weren't home. And what we found here was home. We're so glad that the people are here, because the people are what made this church for us and what made it feel like home.
I went to a women's life group. I've been a part of multiple groups before, but there was something different. Each woman there was genuinely pursuing Jesus, and I've never seen that before. And that's such an encouragement, knowing you're not alone.
Honestly, I like Brian a lot. I like everybody, but Brian's my favorite, pretty much.
He's been a Christian father to me.
Burial and resurrection.
He was like a second dad to me that kind of stepped in and has just been ministering towards me and my wife and our relationship.
I don't have my eyesight. It's very limited. So I don't see with my eyes, I see with my heart. I see family, a lot of loving people that is doing a lot of work.
For years and years, a decade and a half, I struggled with drug addiction. And I spent most of my 20s on the streets, homeless or in and out of jails. I have overdosed quite a few times, been pronounced dead, and and here I am. And that's only by the power of God.
In September, at 21 weeks, we found out that we were losing our son, Joel. I will never forget that morning going to the hospital and finding that out. And Pastor Brian came to the hospital with us, and he sat with us, he mourned with us, he cried with us. He was in that with us. We never felt alone, and we always felt the presence of God.
It feels much more like the kingdom of God that we're taught about than any other church I've been a part of.
And we could not be more grateful.
Now that I'm at Rocket City and I'm clean and I no longer identify as an addict, I identify as a child of God. What that does, that past gives me an opportunity to spread that message to others, to give that hope to others who are suffering.
It's been life-changing. Just to know what he can do in a year, what's he going to do this coming year?